Zambia's Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation, Permanent Secretary Joe KALUSA, said the government will this July embark on the construction of 16 new dams and rehabilitate 6 existing ones across the country. The minister said each dam will be constructed between 6 and 8 million kwacha, depending on the scope of work. He further noted that the government has completed the construction of 4 more dams in Monze, Luwingu and Solwezi, while 2 other dams are still under construction. Now joining us is Dr. Nicholas Monze. He's an agri-business and economics specialist joining us to discuss this. Good morning. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Nicholas.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right. 16 is a pretty high number of dams to be constructed. Can you tell us what the government has in mind and what the reason is for planning this massive dam construction in Zambia?
Yeah, thank you. Let me start by congratulating Nigeria. Congratulations on the president-elect. At least now he has begun his mandate.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so this move by government, I think I want to congratulate them and say this is the best move that we actually needed. It has actually been long overdue. We needed this. It's all about water security as a nation. We've been preaching so much about food security, but we forget that food comes all about when you are water secure. If you have water, then you can be able to produce enough food for the country. So besides just water security, then we are talking about issues of we are going to have enough water for domestic use. We are going to have enough water for agricultural purpose. That is an issue to do with irrigation. This is all we need for us to be able to to be productive as a nation. 365 days. We don't just need to depend on rainfall. So the Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation is actually looking at this from the point of harvesting the rainwater, so that it's able to be made use of.
Okay, so
able to put it in good use as a nation.
So if I hear you correctly, you're talking about how important this is in making life better and making business better. But does Zambia have a water shortage problem at the moment?
For domestic purpose, I can't say we've had water shortages. Water has been there. The problem is that, we want to look at this main core of harvesting this water and then supplement it. If we construct these dams, the water is going to be available for a lot of departments or a lot of sections of life. So mainly we are talking about agriculture to be one of the beneficiaries.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about 16 dams. The cost of putting together each dam will be to the point of about 6 and 18 million kwacha. Does Zambia have the necessary funds required to complete this 16 dam project? Or if not, where is it hoping to get the money from?
Well, that's a technical question. I want to understand before, for the permanent secretary and his ministry, for them to put that, that plan ahead, they had to look into, all those angles, sources of funds. Do they have the technocrats? Do they have the manpower? Do we have the capacity as a nation to be able to, to embark on such a very huge milestone or activity? So I think government is ready. Government is ready. They are going to source money, or they have sourced money, because we are just 1 month away from starting this great milestone of construction of the 16 dams. So I'm pretty sure that government has put into place enough resources to be able to construct these dams. We are going to manage. If you look at this, not all the dams are going to be constructed entirely by government. There is, yes, they are going to finance it, but obviously you read that there are 11 dams that are going to be given to a private constructor to construct them. So meaning there should be some certain arrangement in terms of finances, where they're going to, that constructor is going to construct and then they'll be paid. There's always a soft arrangement that government is going to manage to be able to pay in the long run. not in the short run, of course.
Okay, and does this also increase Zambia's hope of creating electricity for itself? Because I can see that there are certain dams that I think the Kariba Dam, which it shares with Zimbabwe, but of course, it might also be a source of electricity for Zambia. And so the creation of these 16, new dams, will that also assist with Zambia creating and fully funding its own electricity for the nation? And then also, does President Hakainde Hichilema maybe see this as one of the projects that he will be remembered for when he leaves office?
Briefly, I'll start with the last part. Like I made mention clear in my start to say, this has been long overdue. We needed such kind of thoughts, such kind of ideas, to come on board a long way back. I may want to draw you back to say, the effects that we've been suffering from climate change. We are talking about a decade ago, and it's now when we are actually experiencing these serious effects of erratic rainfall. At times where we receive enough, sometimes we receive more than enough, sometimes we receive below normal. So we needed such kind of a milestone, constructing a lot of dams, which are sparsely, spread across the country. These are going to feed into supporting of agricultural activities like irrigation. So what we are going to see is that results, 2, 3, 4 years from now, Zambia, is going to be food secure, because the small-scale farmer, the smallholder farmers are going to be able to produce agricultural crops. They are going to, to be able to make water available for our livestock throughout the year. So this is a great milestone for the New Dawn government under the president of, under the presidency of Hakainde Hichilema. So for me, this is legacy in making. I want to congratulate him for that.
Yeah.
Then the other point is that on electricity, you asked me about maybe cabling or helping towards the shortages of electricity.
Yeah.
If you remember, some time back, I think there was an interview where I featured. We were talking about the, where we had a shortage of electricity in the country. That is the story of the past. I think the man has come on board and he has actually brought in serious measures. And we know we are no longer experiencing any, power shortages. There's no more load shedding. So they've brought up serious initiatives. We've brought this a company that is one of the major companies, ZESCO, of electricity supply. They've also come up, with other friendly measures. For example, I think I read something where they're trying to build, serious solar plants to be able to carry. So this water, the dam construction is not necessarily going to feed into the Kariba Dam. But me, I look at it from the 3 points of providing water for irrigation, that is agricultural purpose. Also, just giving the country the water security point of it. We are going to be water secure. This water is going to be made available for domestic use, as well as any other related purposes.
You talk about this being a legacy that President Hakainde Hichilema would believe in. After his time in office, and it's something to be remembered for. That's a position that you hold. But is that the position that the majority of the people in Zambia hold? Would you say that they think that this is a very pressing issue for them? Or do you think that there might be other issues that they might prioritize according to them that are more important than this?
Well, indeed, it is difficult to lead masses. A very huge population. Right now, we're about 20 million people. Of course, way below than new Nigerians. So our population really has a diverse, different priorities that they want to have on board. But from my background, I want to take agriculture as the sole purpose, or maybe the primary, basic kind of a ministry, or so to say, maybe the department that needs to be tackled first. And you cannot separate agriculture from water. For agriculture to succeed or to see better results, you need water. We say water is life, and without food, we shall not survive. So then we are saying that regardless of the priorities that the populations may have, I would want to challenge them to say, we need to begin with the first things first. We talk of agriculture. Agriculture go hand in hand with water. So if we can have water bodies, let's harvest the rainwater that is always just flowing, going to waste. Whenever we have just having a lot of flooded areas, water going to waste, without harvesting the water to make it available during the dry season. We have the commercial farmers that have been very productive. Why? Oh, because they are able to construct their small dams, harvest the water, and then be able to produce. They are producing wheat right now, as our smallholders now are just going to relax.
Yeah.
So for me, this should be the first priority, because this is in line with agriculture. This is going to provide food. After that, we can come to health. After that, we can come to Dr. issues of education and the like.
Yeah, absolutely. We, of course, we applaud, Makinde Ichilema for at least the efforts is made with regards to electricity and, of course, ending load shedding in Zambia. We'll see how this goes, and, of course, we'll bring you back in to share your thoughts on it in the future. Thanks a lot for your time this morning. Good to see you again.